The Patriots are heading to Buffalo on Sunday, trying to keep this win streak going and trying to quell a little bit of late season momentum that the Bills have tried to muster up. A game that'll once again be billed as a heavily anticipated affair in upstate New York, but quite frankly is a game that the Patriots should win, assuming they play to their potential. And in order to do that, number one, first and foremost, for years now, especially after last week, after what the Dolphins did to Tom Brady, keep that guy as healthy and upright as possible. They're probably going to have to start a third-string right tackle in Cameron Fleming, and David Andrews could be back because, but, I mean, again, you got to keep these guys off of Tom Brady.
No question, especially given the pounding he took last week, whether you have to keep the tight ends in for help this time around, whether you have to go to the running game more this week, the running game which was really successful last week, whatever you have to do, the franchise quarterback must be healthy this week and in weeks going forward.
Number two, whatever the Patriots have for their road success and that formula, just keep it going.
I think it's 13 straight going back to 2015. They're 5-0 this year. They've played their best games by far on the road this year. The last two games in playing Oakland in Mexico City, playing the Broncos out in the Mile High City, were two of their best games. Do whatever it was, whatever formula they had in those two games, repeat it.
And then number three, pretty basic and something that's rarely concerning for the Patriots, you just got to tackle well. They had a tough game against Tyrod Taylor and LaShawn McCoy not too long ago, which, they had since cleared up, but an aberration more than anything where those are two slippery guys. And Taylor, when he gets out of the pocket, is a far superior quarterback than a guy who, has to sit in the pocket and go through his progressions. LaShawn McCoy, he might not be the guy that he was a year or 3 or 4 years ago, but he is still one of the best running backs in the league, still one of the most difficult guys to take down.
Yeah. As you said, they've done much better against the run games or teams' run games of late. Mobile quarterbacks, not quite as well. They really have to contain Tyrod Taylor. They didn't do such a good job against Deshaun Watson going back, Cam Newton going back. I mean, Newton beat them. Watson almost beat them.
One last thing I want to mention, not so much a key, just something I'm really looking forward to watching, is Stephon Gilmore and his return to Buffalo. He's played really lights out in his last 4 games, going all the way back to that Tampa game, of course, sandwiched around the concussion absence. But there was a lot of noise coming out of Buffalo, some of it, anonymously or whatever, about how the Bills were kind of laughing from afar at what the Patriots had gotten in Gilmore. Now that he's playing well, we're going to let the Bills kind of let their actions do the talking for them. Are they going to target Gilmore? If they do, then you know what? Maybe they were laughing from afar. If they don't target Gilmore, it's a sign of respect from the way that this guy has really played over his last 4 games. And again, it's a matchup where he's better than the receivers, whoever it is that he's going to wind up covering. But I'm really interested to see how he responds in this atmosphere.
No question. It will be interesting. And I thought, again, the past couple games, he's really come on strong. With Sunday's game against Miami, he completely shut down Devontae Parker, and that was no small task.
Absolutely. So we'll see how the Patriots handle their trip to upstate New York. It's always a fun atmosphere. Not always the easiest place to play. Sometimes they got to contend with stuff flying out of the crowd too.
Weird stuff.
Yeah.
And we won't go beyond that.
Yeah, I mean, it's all over the internet, but I'm just going to cut it off right there. Pats Bills Sunday, upstate New York.